Okay, everyone, lock up your women and hide your children, because we are the intellectual saviors of wrestling. The master of the brain damage,
Martin.
and the one and only Sam H. And this is the Money in the Bank 2016 review. So, what have we got first?
Well, I suppose we better start with the kick-off show. Felt a bit like an old school SmackDown episode because we had 2 tag team matches play.
Oh god, Teddy's back. Well, the first one was the long-standing rivalry, which is anyone still paying attention to? I'm not.
No. We had the Golden Truth
Yay.
versus Breezango.
Ooh.
Now, we got told a little bit of a backstage story before this match officially kicked off. Breezango were suffering injuries as their sunbeds had been tampered with
Yeah.
by the Golden Truth and they had been severely burned.
Yeah. Like, seeing them come out when they're all red and peeling, I thought it was pretty hilarious.
Yeah, but again, I think it's very much getting to the point of is anyone even paying any attention to this rivalry? Does anyone care?
Well, I don't. As a viewer, I can admit that.
Right, let's do our thing then. We won't pay too much attention to this match. The Golden Truth finally picked up their first victory as a team.
I'm so happy for them.
And Goldust hitting the final cut on, I believe it was Fandango.
Oh, yeah. And both teams moving on to better things.
We can but hope. Or in Breezango's circumstances, I think they break them up and finally do something worthy with Tyler Breeze.
And Johnny Curtis.
And go bring in a fourth wall man. He's still Fandango.
Oh, screw Fandango. Right, well, even better.
The tag team match that we've had absolutely no build-up for.
Yeah.
We don't even know why they're fighting one another.
I completely forgot about this match.
We've got the Dudley Boys against the Lucha Dragons.
Yeah, okay. That sounds great.
It was an okay, steady match. I mean, the Dudley Boys, you know what you're going to get from them, and Callisto and Sin Cara, they're there with their high-flying and daring moves.
Yep.
It's always entertaining for the crowd to watch.
Yep, and I do believe the Luchas got the win. I didn't watch it.
I did just to say that I'd watched it, but yeah, it was a standard match, and yeah, Lucha Dragons picked up the victory.
Great, I guess. On to the main show.
Yep. Now, this one slightly surprised me, but I suppose they had to get our mouths drooling for the action. We opened up with the much anticipated Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match.
Yeah, I was looking forward to this one.
Oh.
See, 4 teams and all with a case for the titles. You could argue with any of them walking out with the belts, and it wouldn't disappoint you.
No. So we had the New Day defending their tag team titles against Enzo and Big Cass, the Vaudevillains, and
The club?
the Club.
Yeah.
That's the ones.
the No Hair Club. Yeah, I really enjoyed this match. Fast paced, all teams got in some offense, they all looked good.
Yep, I can't have any complaints with this. I mean, we bigged it up enough on the preview show that we'd done. This could have had the potential to steal the show along with the Money in the Bank match,
Yeah.
and it didn't disappoint, to be fair.
One thing I will say about this is towards near the end of the match, I got a little bit confused as to who the legal man was and who wasn't, because it was that chaotic.
It did get a bit confusing towards the end. I'll give you that one.
Because I had to go back and watch it again and go, okay, where are the tags taking place? Was it right, him pinning him?
Yeah, and not to mention we had a couple of moments where tag teams were doing the hot tags to the other teams.
Yeah.
I distinctly remember, I think it may have been Kofi doing a hot tag to Big Cass.
Yeah, I think he did.
So yeah, but in the end, the New Day retained.
Yeah, see, I think that is best. If they're going to lose the titles, it won't be in a fatal 4-way match. It's going to be a traditional 2-on-2. But I couldn't see it happening then, and I'm not shocked that it didn't.
No, I mean, we did say before that we hoped they'd save it until SummerSlam.
Yeah, at least SummerSlam.
Yeah, so we got our wish, and plus as well, I think it's a little bit too early to be putting the tag titles on the club. So yeah, I don't know if they'll still keep these three same teams in the hunt for the gold.
No, I think they go. Well, I think they may go in a different direction now. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, it would be interesting. I don't know if they'll keep the Vaudevillains in the top picture much longer. And try not to knock them because they've been doing some great work since they've come up. But out of the three teams, you've got to say Enzo and Cass and the club are the stronger tag teams.
Yeah, they're more than likely to be featured in feuds because the club has the thing going on with AJ Styles, and Enzo and Cass are just popular. They really are.
Yeah, I mean, we've been highly entertained with the New Day on the mic, but yeah, Enzo's definitely giving them a run for their money on the mic. He's very entertaining.
So, next on the list.
Yeah, and we've... right, yeah. So we've got another rivalry that maybe should have ended about 2 months ago. We've got Baron Corbin, the Lone Wolf, against Dolph Ziggler.
Is this 4 or 5? I can't remember how many times these guys have fought each other.
I think we'll both mutually agree it's at least 4.
Yeah, definitely 4. Maybe 5.
Yeah.
What to say about it?
At the end of the day, we all knew in our hearts that this was a rivalry to build Baron up.
Yes.
To get him some legitimacy with the singles competitions, and obviously, as we've noted previously, Dolph's just becoming more of a veteran to build up the newer guys these days, which is a shame because I still feel he can offer more.
Yeah, it's a disappointment. I've been a fan of Ziggler ever since he was doing his perfection gimmick. If anyone remembers that, when he drop kicked Santa.
Poor Santa. He always gets the brunt.
He does. But no, since I don't know, you could say when Dolph won the world title against Del Rio a few years ago. Since then, he's just not really done anything. No,
and it's disappointing to see that. And to be fair, we don't quite know why his career's taken such a downfall. But it is what it is. Yeah, going back to the match, it was a good standard match.
Yeah.
But in the end, like all the other matches, Ziggles found himself on the end of days.
Yeah, I'm happy that they're building up that move now. You know, like finishers being protected. Yeah, Baron wins, and hopefully, I pray to God that this is the last one between the two. I know we said this last month.
But clearly Vince doesn't care what we think.
So now hopefully they move on to better things.
Yep, and oh dear. I was just about to say, let's move on to the next match, but this, again, was a frustrating match for me personally. I'm not sure about you. We had the pointless women's tag team match.
Yeah.
Charlotte and Dana Brooke against Natalya and Becky Lynch.
Yeah, another tag team match. I wasn't happy with the women's title not being defended. They could have made it a fatal 4-way.
Yeah, I mean, you could have even eliminated Dana and just put someone else in there.
Yeah.
And yeah, make it a fatal 4-way.
Well, a 3-way with Dana on the outside.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to go on another rant about how bad I think the women's division is becoming.
Well, I think we all know the reason why it's going downhill is because, quite frankly, Triple H isn't in charge of it.
Yeah.
You see what he's doing over the past few years in NXT, and you see what the women's division's like in the main roster, and wow, quite frankly, it's embarrassing. And unfortunately, again, the end of the match, yet another distraction / interference by the non-legal person in the match. And Charlotte and Dana pick up the victory.
Yeah, I would say this was a solid match, but ended quite predictably, as always. And then, just quickly, after the match, I'm not sure why they're doing this, but Natalia's gone heel again.
Yeah.
It's like, they did this 6 years ago with a very similar thing. And Natalia went, okay, fine, it's all going to be about me. And it didn't work then. I can't see it working now.
No, it was, as you say, very confusing and pointless. And we've already had heel Natalia.
It didn't work.
No, so...
I mean, well, what's the point? They're going to have Becky Lynch beat her maybe once or twice, and then she goes back to Total Divas? Great.
Yeah, we'll have to watch and see what happens with that, but I just hope at the next show, let alone the next pay-per-view, but I think it's getting to the stage now where Charlotte's credibility as a wrestler, let alone the women's champion, it's just getting majorly tarnished now because I don't think I remember the last time she won a match without any form of interference or distraction.
Yeah, that is a tough one.
And it's getting to the point now where it's hurting Charlotte now, I think. And people are just getting bored of it now.
Yeah, a lot of people will be fast forwarding the women's matches now, skipping them all together.
Yeah.
But I don't want to go into another rant on...
No.
I may do that on the next one.
Right. Well, let's go to our next match, which wasn't a tag team match.
Oh, thank God.
We had the singles match between Apollo Crews and Sheamus.
No. This is a good one. They're giving Apollo Crews some momentum heading into this. Looking for his first really big win on a pay-per-view.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he's only really fought jobbers on Raw and that. Likes of Curtis Axel. And I think possibly even the recently departed Adam Rose was on that list as well.
Yeah, he had a match with him. No, this was a good match. Solid, back and forth. You knew what you were going to get with it. Sheamus bringing in the big power moves.
Yeah.
And
although there is one thing that slightly confuses me with this. Technically, really, in this match, wasn't it two big guys fighting out between one another? But let's not kid ourselves. Apollo Crews is a pretty well-built guy, and that, and then they were trying to portray he was the little guy, and Sheamus is the big powerhouse.
Sheamus is taller, I suppose.
Yeah.
I liked that he busted out a new move well, not exactly a new move, but he did a second rope variation of his white noise signature move. Yeah,
it's always nice to see him varying their moves and expanding them a little bit, and when anyone's a sucker for a move off of the top ropes or the middle ropes, however it may be.
But I like the fact that Apollo won.
Yeah, he ended up picking the victory. And, Sheamus got into a bit of an argument with the ref.
Yep. But there's not really much more to say about that one. So now we go on to one of what was considered a triple main event, first of the three.
Yeah, I can agree with that. And the match we've all been waiting for the last 15 years.
The face of WWE versus the face of TNA. Hey, they've said it now. If Austin is allowed to say it, I'm allowed to say it.
So yeah, it was AJ Styles versus Cena. To be fair, despite everything, I was quite entertained with this match.
Yeah,
I thought it was a really good, well-rounded match. I think one thing I did particularly like though is they got Cena to vary his moves up a bit in this match, and plus as well, you sort of got the feeling that AJ didn't want to take the 5 moves of doom in a trot, one after the other.
I do like the fact that every time Cena tried one, he had a counter for it.
Yeah.
It sort of varied it up. I mean, they had a story going with this match where it was AJ could run rings around Cena, and for the first 15 minutes or so he did.
Yeah.
Which was very entertaining.
Yeah, and plus as well, like we discussed in the preview show, we feel when Cena has to face off against guys like AJ Styles and slightly more physical characters such as Kevin Owens and that, he's sort of expected to step his game up a bit for these matches and bring out possibly a few new moves or moves that we haven't seen in a while.
Yeah.
And I don't think he disappointed too much in respect to that.
No, I mean, on the occasion, Cena can have a decent match. Well, it takes an opponent to bring it out of him. But, yeah, this one didn't disappoint at all. The only problem I had, personally, was the ending.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole point of Styles signing the contract that banned the club from ringside. I mean, this goes back to the thing of Cena not losing clean all that often.
No, and it is a problem that, well, I think we're getting to the stage now where they refuse to address it. Yeah, long story short, Cena had AJ up for the AA, and he moved around from the turnbuckle, and the referee got smacked in the face.
Referee down. What happened next?
Yeah. So then Cena hit the AA. He went for the pin, and then after a few seconds he realised that the referee was down. And then, much to our annoyance, Gallows and Anderson come out, start beating on Cena, and then hit their tag team finisher on him. And then I think it was Anderson dragged AJ over Cena and got him to cover him. And then they quickly ran backstage, and by that time the referee had woken up, and AJ got the victory.
Yeah, you see, and I'm happy that AJ got the victory. I think it's good for him, but he should have gone over clean.
Yeah.
There should have been no club. That was the whole point of the contract. He should have either done phenomenal forearm or Styles clash and pinned him 1, 2, 3. Because maybe they're going with another rematch. Maybe they're going with 2 rematches, but it just gives Cena an excuse.
Yes, which I'm sure we will see in the future.
Yeah.
But yeah, very frustrating booking, and I feel we have a bit too much interference in the past few months in the matches, as we discussed with the women's tag team match, and it's one of them things we don't necessarily need to see all the time. You know, once in a blue moon, bring it out and sort of like, you know, give us a little bit of a shock. But you pretty much can't go a pay-per-view without seeing an interference of some sort.
No, there's always some dodgy finish to a match. I mean, maybe I'm old school, but I like matches that are traditional one-on-one and end with a clear winner and a clear loser.
Yeah.
I mean, you take one of my favourite WWE title runs, the JBL run from 04-05. There were 2 or 3 matches in there that, yeah, he cheated a little bit. But there was also 3 or 4 that he won on his own.
Yep. And let's not forget one of his, well, not so much interference, but shall we go with clever victories?
Yeah.
The infamous No Way Out match with
good match
with the Big Show in the barbed wire steel cage match.
Yeah, that was a great match.
Yeah, and it completely threw the whole crowd off because we're all there going, damn, Big Show's won.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, they're announcing that JBL's won it.
Yeah, and then it cut to the ring and you just saw him out of the ring and you were like, how in the hell did he do that? He'd done it again. Bloody, battered, broken, but still the WWE champion.
Yeah. So, let's move on to the next match. Can we say this was match of the night?
I would say so.
Yeah.
Oh, what a match.
The Money in the Bank ladder match between Dean Ambrose, Cesaro, Alberto Del Rio, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and Y2J.
Yeah. See, and I always love these Money in the Bank ladder matches simply because you don't know what they're going to do. There's always some new thing that they do during these matches.
Yeah. Not to mention it gives them an excuse to step up on the insane moves that they're going to pull out and scenarios, shall we say.
And for all the people in this match stepped it up a notch. Gave us a phenomenal match. They all tried something. One of my favourite highlights was Kevin Owens threatening to run up the ladder, and then he just sort of stopped and went over to him and slapped him in the face. Because you were like, there's no way he's going to run up this ladder.
No, that's it. Yeah, and plenty of high-flying moves. I'm sure Sami Zayn had a few dives over the top rope and that, and I'm pretty sure we had a rather nice frog splash from Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Oh, you mentioned them too. What about the rather nasty body slam that KO took onto the side of the ladder from Sami Zayn?
Yeah, that was tough to look at.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I know these guys are well-trained professionals, but you see some of these moves and you're just instantly cringing.
Yeah.
And that was one of them moves for definite.
It was a good moment. Another one of my favourite ones was towards the end where they had the ladder set up in the middle. There was one ladder set up the left, one ladder set up the right, and all 6 of them were fighting on top of the ladders.
Yeah, that was really good to see.
It was a great moment. And I like the fact every superstar had a chance to climb up, and you thought, are they going to get it?
Yeah.
There were moments that I thought Sami Zayn was going to do it because he hung on there, he kept hanging on. But no, ultimately it went as I expected.
Yeah, it fell down to 2 guys in the end, Kevin Owens and Dean Ambrose. And Dean grabbed Kevin's t-shirt between one of the steps and bashed him against the ladder 3 or 4 times, and then he fell back onto the ladder, which gave way. And there was just Dean left to claim his prize.
Yep. Dean Ambrose won the briefcase, and it just raised questions because you thought, okay, main event next. It's either going to happen or it's not.
Yep, he did tease us with the idea on Raw, but would he go through with it? We just didn't know. So there was that match. And then we had Try not to knock the two wrestlers, but shall we say the toilet break between them before the main event?
Yeah, after the two epic matches, you say, you'd have, well, this would be the toilet break.
The United States title match, Rusev against Titus O'Neil.
I'll be honest, yeah, I wasn't paying attention that much to this match. Because early on, I just had a feeling I know how this is going to go.
Yeah, and obviously, for some unknown reason, well, I know why, because, was it last year? Titus got the Celebrity Father of the Year award or whatever.
Yep, he did.
So they were making a point of, whilst they were at Money in the Bank, obviously Sunday being Father's Day, so they had Titus's two children at ringside.
Yeah, see, I always dislike this, because every time someone's family gets involved, it doesn't normally end well.
No.
And I didn't like the sight of Rusev insulting Titus's kids.
No, it's not necessary, and we don't need to see it. I mean, I suppose thankfully for some other people, it's not been like in the past when we've had the rated R superstar Edge attacking John Cena's dad.
that was actually pretty funny.
Yeah, going back to the match, so they had a tiny bit of backwards and forwards, but in the end, as we predicted, Rusev retained, and then he went over to Titus's kids, threw a couple of insults, and then I did notice one of Titus's sons sort of half-ass like smacked him on the chest or whatever as he started to walk away.
I mean, I know it's a heel's job to get bad reactions, but I think that was taking it a bit too far.
Yeah.
Maybe he should have just insulted the crowd again.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was that one. Toilet break over.
Yeah.
On to the main event.
Oh, yeah. Now, you see, I love good pre-match videos where they show the rivalry and the history, and this one didn't disappoint. Showing all their time in the Shield, Seth stealing Roman's WrestleMania win, then vacating the title.
Yeah.
In terms of building up matches, this match was well built up.
Yeah, very well done. And as I say, they had a lot of the added history between the two participants go along with it, which made it even better. Thankfully, we didn't have a beat-down match for 20 minutes.
I mean, no, this match was very fair. Predictable. Well, unpredictable.
Yeah, it was a lot backwards and forwards between Seth and Roman. We didn't have the 20-minute beatdown, then the 5 minutes of a Superman moment.
No, I mean, I like the moves were spread out all along. You were like, what's he going to hit next? What's he going to hit next?
Yeah, and we had a few close call finishes. Roman missed a Superman punch or two, and Seth nearly got Roman in the pedigree a couple of times, but he managed to escape.
And then, I got near the end of this match, and I was thinking, really, what have both of these guys got left? Because they've hit everything on each other, and nothing's keeping the other one down.
No.
And then the turning point, I feel, in this match was where Roman went for a spear through the barricade, and, well, ended up eating 75% of the barricade.
Yeah, that was nasty. I mean, you heard a rather loud thud when he hit that. I mean, I don't know if that was just a case of them overselling it a little bit, but it didn't sound good at all.
I don't think it was oversold because they had the trainers out there, a couple of referees checking he was... Christ, credit the man, he took it.
Yep, then Seth come along and said, leave him alone, I'm getting him in the ring. So then, we had that, and then I believe Roman went for the spear not long after, and Seth half caught him in the air, for the pedigree. He couldn't quite get that right arm hooked.
No.
Yeah. And then he kicks out of that, and Seth had done his whole, what have I got to do to beat this guy? And he picked him straight back up, hit him with another pedigree.
Yeah.
And then he picks up the victory.
Oh man, I was cheering so much. So much. I was so happy he had reclaimed it, but then just as I was celebrating Seth being champion again, I sat back and thought, hold on a sec, is this the end?
And then it happened. Dean Ambrose's music hit. And then I think it's fair to say everyone went in a freak out mode.
Yeah.
Seth was there standing at the Titantron waiting for him to come out, basically saying, come and get me, I'm ready for you. But it didn't quite go that way for Seth.
No.
He come from, I presume, behind the commentary tables. He hit him with the briefcase.
You see, there's a lot of irony in that, because if you remember when the Shield broke up, it was Seth attacking Roman and Dean from behind. And yet now it's Dean attacking him from behind.
Yep, and then everyone started marking out and going crazy, and then we had the inevitable moment. He went outside the ring, gave the briefcase to the referee and said, I'm cashing it in.
Yeah.
And then Lillian made the announcement, and then before we know it, Dean was back in the ring, the bell was rung, he's picked Seth up and he's hitting him with the dirty deeds.
Those damn dirty deeds.
And then he gets the 1, 2, 3. And for the second time tonight, we have a new WWE World Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah, I was happy that Seth won the belt. If anyone knows, when the Shield were together, Dean was my favourite one of the Shield. So I was so happy that finally he had done it. Because the other two had done it. Now it was Dean's turn.
Yeah, and credit to be due to JBL. He was absolutely flipping out in commentary.
Yeah.
He just plays that role so well. He was flipping out saying, how can we have this lunatic as a champion?
Yeah. Dean Ambrose is the face of your company. How can we have a lunatic as the face of the company? This whole company's going to the insane asylum. Oh, it was brilliant.
Yeah.
A great ending to the pay-per-view.
Yeah. Definitely one of their more stronger pay-per-views in recent history.
I would say the second half was a lot better than the first half.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, as we discussed in the preview show, we had a few of the filler matches in there, as we try not to call it, but you can't help but do it. I mean, Baron Corbin versus Ziggler, you've seen it so many times in recent history.
Too many times.
Yeah. But I think that about wraps it up for our Money in the Bank review.
Yeah. So, as always, subscribe to our channel. Follow us on the Twitter at IntellectualSOW. Link at the bottom of the screen. And we will see you on the next one. From your hosts, the Master of the Brain Damage.
I've been Martin.
And the one and only Sam H. We'll see you on the next one. Peace out.